What's up, everybody? We're live. We have a really good card this Saturday. We got UFC 299. We got what a good card, man. Probably the best card this year so far. We got Chookagian on Maui versus Vera. The rematch is a great fight. The first fight I bet on Cheeto. I got lucky in that fight, in my opinion, and this is a different fight, and I'm very excited to talk about it. It's gonna be a quick video, man. I've had a very, very busy week. I'm gonna be on vacation tomorrow through Monday, so I did not look into every fight. I have one bet on this card that I did look into, and I'm very excited to talk about it, man. We're doing the sniper approach this week. One and done, one bet, and that's all she wrote, man. So either gonna have a good night or a losing night, and I really think that I'm gonna have a winning night, man. It's a good event, man. And then next week we'll be back to my multiple bets, man. It's one good thing about I've learned with betting is you can't force bets, man. So I've had a strong read on this fight, looked into it, and came out even more confident than I was pre-tape. And I could have more bets in this card, but like I said, I want to enjoy my vacation, man. And so just the one bet, no need to force any bets. And without that, let's get into the card. So first fight of the night, guys, we got Joanne Wood versus Moroz. I'm gonna go with the favorite here, Moroz. She lost the first fight a long time ago, and I know that she got submitted against a really good fighter last fight against Karine Silva, but I think that she's definitely has more left from the tank than Joanne Wood. I think Wood's kind of at the end right now, so I'm gonna go with Moroz with the decision win. Next fight, we got CJ Vergara versus Asiu Almbayev. Oh, yeah, one more thing I wanted to mention before. My bad. Yeah, man, I got to go back to the basics, man. You guys know me. I've been betting for about 6 years now, man, and I'm going back to my underdog, my honey, man. I've been betting some favorites lately, man, and, did not really look into them that much. Got cocky, and, it's my fault. And now we're going back to the dog honey, man. UFC Bro Picks is an underdog hunter, man. I've catch some really nice underdogs, man, throughout the years, man. And that's my number one goal, man, is to find underdogs. And I've been lazy lately and been betting favorites. And, it bit me in the ass. We're going back to the underdog. That's what I'm known for, and that's what I'm best at, betting underdogs. So we're going back to that dog era. So next fight. CJ Vergara versus Asiu Almbayev. This is not a fight that I'll be picking the dog. I'll be picking the favorite here, Almbayev. Next fight, we got the Cuban Rebellis. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Despaigne versus Josh Parsian. I'm picking another favorite in this fight. We're going to go with the newcomer here. Next fight, we got Michelle Periera versus Lord McCall, Oleksiejczuk. This is a great fight. I'm picking the underdog here in Lord McCall. I'm just not betting it just because, it's just one of those fights where I want to sit back and, not have a bet on it, man, because I do think that Lord McCall is going to win, but it's just one of those fights where, it's going to be back and forth and they both can hurt each other. And the cardio, man, I feel like both these guys slow down. It's just really tough to tell who has the better cardio. And, Periera is the bigger dude out there, and he actually has a grappling advantage too. So I'm really curious if he shoots takedowns, because if he does, I think he'll take down Oleksiejczuk. But Oleksiejczuk's going to be head hunting, pressuring, good body shots, and it's a great fight, man. So, yeah, man, I'm not going to bet it. Didn't really do a full look into this fight. So obviously, I'm not going to bet something that I didn't look into, 100%. So I'm going to pick the underdog here in Oleksiejczuk, but I'm just not confident in betting it. Next fight, we got Cutelaba versus Lins. Yeah, that's a tough fight to call, man. I'll pick Cutelaba, but you don't really want to have money on either dude here. So next fight, we got Pedro Munhoz versus Kyler Phillips. It's a great fight, man. Yeah, the thing is Kyler slows down, and I think he can win the first 2 rounds and then slow down here. Munhoz is still a good fighter, but he's just getting a lot older, man. I'm going to go with the younger fighter here, man. I think Kyler Phillips is going to go out there and pretty much dominate Munhoz and maybe gas and lose, the 3rd round. Next fight, we got Mateus Gamrot versus Rafael dos Anjos. I like Gamrot here, man. I'm pretty confident there. I think it's, a very good fight for him. So I got the grappler here. Next fight, we got Chookagian versus Macy Barber. I'm going to go with Macy Barber here, man. I think that she's a better fighter, but yeah, trusting Macy Barber at juice is just no bueno. Next fight, Curtis Blaydes, Jailton Almeida. This is a tough fight to call. I mean, I'm going to pick Almeida because I think he has a better grappling, but I mean, I think Blaydes is probably the better striker, but I mean, you know, I do like Almeida here, man. But like I said, man, I just didn't really fully look into this card, man. I mean, you know, so I just don't want to bet something that I fully look into. You know, the one bet that I have, which we'll be talking about soon, that's the fight that I looked into, you know, a lot. So, but yeah, that's one thing, man, a lot of people don't really talk about is it's just so tough to bet, man, when you don't look into a fight. You can't just go off of memory, man. So, believe me, I've done it before and I've been made asked. You got to look into it, man. Like, you have to, dude. So, you have to look into it, do a lot of research and tape, and, you know, it's going to help you. So, but yeah, I got Almeida here. Next fight, or the first fight of the main card, we got Peter Yan versus Song Yadong. This is the fight that I looked into the most because I have a bet on it. I got 3 units on Song Yadong at plus 110. I think it's a great fight. I think a lot of people are very split in this fight. I got a lot of people saying, you know, that, you know, Yan is a lock here. I got a lot of people saying that, you know, he's way better and all that stuff. And, you know, I'm very, very, very excited to talk about this fight because I looked at this fight quite a bit and I'm very confident underdog here. And I do understand that, you know, Petr Yan is still a good fighter, in my opinion. It's not, I don't think he's, you know, he sucks or, you know, he's fully washed up, but I do think he's starting to decline a little bit. I mean, he's 1-3, 1-4 in his last 5 fights, guys. I mean, yeah, I get it, man. Like, he's fought the better competition, all that stuff. But if you watch his fights, man, I mean, yeah, he lost to, in my opinion, the best fighter in the division last fight against Merab. But, I mean, Merab completely dominated him, man. And one thing that I noticed in that fight is that Merab pressured him, man, so much. And, you know, Petr Yan does not do good with pressure, man. And if Song Yadong goes out there and does what he always does in all of his fights and pressure, he's going to win this fight. And if you look at this fight from styles and matchup, I mean, I think Song Yadong has a lot of advantage in this fight. So I do think Petr Yan is more technical and he has good volume, but Song Yadong has good volume too. They both have good chins and they both have good gas tanks. But I mean, Song Yadong, in my opinion, is going to land the harder shots. I think he hits harder. And I do think that, you know, judges like damage. I think he's going to land the harder shots. Petr Yan, it's like Piotr Yan, whatever. But Yan, he's going to lose the first round, man. That's one thing that I've noticed in tape, dude. So I'm telling you right now, Song Yadong's going to go out there and win the first round for sure. And, yeah, I like him here quite a bit. He has a grappling advantage, too. No one's talking about that, and I get it. Yan has a good takedown defense, but we've seen him get taken down. Merab took him down quite a bit. Yeah, Corey Sandhagen took him down. You know, Aljo. You got the Korean that took him down. So, yeah, I do think that, you know, Song Yadong is the better grappler, and I think he can take him down and steal the round. So, you look at the stats here as well. He lands 4.38 and absorbs 3.73. And then you got, you know, Yan, who lands 5.03 and absorbs 4.26. So they both get hit a lot, but I just think the Song Yadong shot's going to have more impact, man. And I'm not saying he's going to go out there and knock out Yan. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if it happens. I mean, you know, Yan's been taking a lot of damage, man. I think Song Yadong is, you know, he's a young guy, man. He's 5 years younger. He has that youth advantage, and we haven't even seen the best Song Yadong yet. This guy's getting better every fight. I mean, we see new wrinkles in his game. We saw him last fight. I mean, you know, out grapple, ragdoll. I mean, not ragdoll, but I mean, he dominated Gutierrez in the grappling in that fight. Dominated him on the feet. I mean, we see this kid improving so much every fight, man. I mean, ever since the Corey Sandhagen fight, which was a really good fight, man. I mean, you know, he's looking really good in that fight. Corey Sandhagen said it was the hardest ever been hit, but I mean, he had a doctor stoppage. A lot of people were saying that was 2-2 going the 5th round, but that was a very close fight. Everyone's acting like Corey Sandhagen smoked him. I mean, that's not the case. You go back and watch that fight. If they rematch, I definitely think Song beats him. But anyways, enough with that. But yeah, man. I mean, Song's hungry, man. He's the younger fighter. The 5-year youth advantage is something that I love, man. I love betting the younger fighter, and yeah, man, I really question where Yan's head's at, man, after, you know, losing, you know, all these fights, man. So, you know, the robbery, everyone says the robbery. I do think that was not a robbery. I think O'Malley clearly won that fight. I mean, his last fight lost against Merab. So, I mean, like I said, man, I mean, he is 1-3 in his last 4 fights. And, I mean, I'm not even mentioning the one that should be 1-4, you know, talking about the DQ and stuff like that. But, Yeah, both these guys are fast as well, and again rips the body good. But I mean, Song Yadong's boxing is really good as well, man. So, like I said, good kicks. I think he's going to have the more power on the feet. He's a great left hook, good jab, and honestly, man, as long as he does what he always does every fight and pressures, I think he's going to win, man. So he needs to be out there and pressure Periera because Periera does not do good with pressure, in my humble opinion. So I got the guy who's been more active lately. I got the guy who's has the 5-year youth advantage, and I think he's going to land a lot of shots and win a decision, possibly get a finish, and get the takedowns to win the round. So I like Song Yadong here, guys. I was on him pretty high pre-tape, watched the tape, and yeah, man, we secured the bet. So Song Yadong, 3 units plus 110. I'm very confident. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to talk about. I've been just rambling on. I mean, we have not seen the best Song Yadong yet. He's 26, man, and he's not even in his prime yet. He's getting better every fight. Yan's finished product, man. I mean, he's this is the best Yan we've ever seen. And if Song Yadong wants that title shot, wants that belt and all this stuff, man, he's gonna have to go out there and prove that he's a very good Chinese prospect, man. This is his time right now, man. He's on the incline where you got Yan's on the decline. So I'm gonna go with the guy who I think has more power. I'm going to go with the guy who I think is the faster guy. I'm going to go with the guy who has a better grappling. I think I'm going to go with the guy that has the pressure. And I think Team Alpha Male is going to have a really good game plan for him to win this fight. So I got Song Yadong. What's up, bro? Summer, man? Haven't talked to you in a long time, man. How have you been? And that's awesome that you're on Song Yadong, man. Let's do it. Song Yadong season. All right, dude. So next fight, we got Gilbert Burns, Jack Maddalena. Yeah, man. I mean, I would have loved to get Maddalena here, man, when I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, he was plus money, and then he just got steamed. So, I mean, I don't have any interest in betting him at the current line. If I got him at plus money, I would love him here. I think it's a great matchup for Jack. I think that this is another fight, just like the last fight, changing the guard. I think this is Jack's time. I think he's the better fighter. I just don't think Gilbert Burns, man, is going to be able to eat the shots. I mean, I think Jack's boxing is just really good. I think he's one of the best fighters in the division, and I get it. We've seen him get taken down, but he's a dog, man. I think he gets right back up, and he's just going to put it on Gilbert Burns, and I think he's going to knock Gilbert Burns out, man. So I like Jack Maddalena here, man, by knockout. And, yeah, I do think that he's one of the best strikers in the division. So I think Gilbert Burns is a little bit chinny, too, and he's getting older, man. So next fight, Kevin Hall, Michael Page. Very close fight, man. I've actually had a very hard time touching this fight. It's one of those fights that I would never bet on, in my opinion. I'm going to pick Kevin Hall, but I'm just not betting this fight, guys. It's not happening. So next fight, Dustin Poirier, Benoit Saint-Denis. Yeah, if it was a pick 'em, I would love to bet, Saint-Denis here. But, I mean, at the current line, I mean, it's dog or pass. But from a pick, dude, I'm going to pick Saint-Denis. I think the guy is the real deal. I think that he has a big advantage in the grappling here. And, I think that he's just a Terminator, man. It's really hard to pick Dustin here, man. He's getting older, got knocked out bad last fight. Big youth advantage for Saint-Denis. So I'm going to go with Benoit, man, here, man. And then main event, I'm going to go with O'Malley versus Cheeto, man. Like I mentioned, I bet Cheeto the first fight, and I got lucky. I think this is Cheeto. O'Malley's time right now. I think it's a good matchup for him. I think O'Malley's going to go out there and win a pretty dominant decision, or possibly finish Cheeto, and then he'll fight Merab, and I think Merab's going to beat O'Malley. So, what to recap my picks? We got O'Malley, we got Saint-Denis, we got Kevin Hall, and we got Jack Maddalena, we got Song Yadong, we got Almeida, we got Barber, we got Gamrot, we got Kyler Phillips, we got Cutelaba, Oleksiejczuk, the Cuban, we got Almbayev and Moroz. So yeah, man, it's a 14-fight card. Usually I have between like 1 to 4 bets, but on this card I want to do a sniper approach, like I already mentioned earlier. I'm going to be on vacation tomorrow through Monday. I will be watching the whole card, obviously, but I just didn't have time to look into every fight, and this is one of those fights where I had a very strong read on Song Yadong when it got announced, and I went and watched the tape, and I had to do it, man. I'm very confident here, and yeah, man, I love Song Yadong here. It's my only bet of the night, and it's going to get me back on track, man. I'm very excited for this fight. I'm very excited for this card, and yeah, that's one thing that I've realized in betting, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me on this. You don't force bets, man. You don't have a good read on the fight. You sit back and watch the fight, like the Lord McCall versus Michelle Pereira fight. That's going to be an absolutely crazy fight, man. I just don't want to have any money in that fight because, dude, that fight's going to be nuts, man. Like, nuts, dude. I feel like either guy could be winning and then boom. But, I mean, that could happen in any kind of fight, really, man. But, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Roach Summer. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, I actually agree with you because that's one thing that I do in my underdog betting. I bet underdogs that should be the favorite. I bet underdogs that should at least be a pick 'em at best. Song Yadong should be the favorite here, and that's why I bet him. So I think it's a great matchup for him. And like I mentioned earlier, man, he has the youth advantage. That's a huge advantage right there. He's going to land the harder shots. It's a big advantage right there. He has a great chin. I mean, Periera has a great chin too. They both have great gas tanks. It's going to be a close fight. You go with the dog in a fight like that. And I didn't even mention the grappling. I do think that the grappling is going to be an advantage here. Everyone's acting like Periera is not going to get taken down, all this stuff. I'm telling you right now, I'm not saying Song Yadong's going to go out there and look like a D1 wrestler here, but I mean, I do think he's going to get the takedown to steal the round. So, yeah, I just don't understand it, but hey, that's why we watch the tape. And that's why we're two of the best underdog bettors out there. So, we got Song Yadong. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, dude, hopefully you cash as well this weekend, man. So it's Song Yadong season, and please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments below who you guys have in every fight. Peace out, guys. Later, man.